Okay, so welcome. It's Jen from Beauty's Bookworm. We're gonna do something a little different today. We're gonna do a get ready with me and chat kind of video. I hope you enjoy it, and here we go. All right, so I've already done the first few steps. I washed my face, I moisturized, so now I'm gonna prep my eyes and my under eyes. And so this is a chat with me, you know, I'll think of something to talk about. I have to be careful what I talk about though, because I want to think you guys are like my friends. So like, I want to talk to you guys about stuff I want to talk to my friends about. You guys will have no idea what I'm talking about. If I want to mention a person or something like that, yada yada. Anyway. Oh, well actually, you know what? Since we've yet to be able to do a book segment, I'm going to tell you guys about a few books I just read that I love. So I'm like a sucker for like paranormal romance. And so Cressley Cole is like my all-time favorite author. And her books are just incredible. But her next book isn't due out for like another 6 months to a year. So I will not get to be reading any of her stuff anytime soon, along with my other paranormal favorites. I will not be seeing any of them soon, so I have to keep myself busy with other things. Time out on the chit chat. I'm gonna not prime, but kind of cover any of like the veins or any discoloration in my eyes with MAC's Pro Longwear Paint Pot and Painterly. It has like a peachy pink undertone. And this stuff you kind of have to apply kind of fast because it dries really, really fast. This is just to make sure I get everything colored and even. Oh, so anyway, book-wise, I started reading the author, oh, this is so bad. I started reading the other books by, I didn't love the book Gone Girl, and I didn't love the movie. I thought it was a really crappy ending. I wanted there to be like, whoa, I can't believe that was the real deal the whole time, but it wasn't, so. I apologize, I forget the author's name, but I loved the other two books. Oh crap, what were they? Sharp Objects and Dark Places. Oh my god, so good. Okay, so my next thing, the powder that I use, now I use this to set my eyelids and to set my under eye when the time comes. And I use, it's by Korres, and it's the Wild Rose Setting Powder, and it's mineral setting powder. So that's what it is. It's a loose powder. You can see here. It has the tiniest, finest bit of like shimmer in it. Not to it looks like I have sparkles on my face, but like it just has that glow, I guess. So this is what I'm gonna use to set my eyelid and my under eye when the time comes. I'm just going to use my It Cosmetics brush. I'm going to sloppily put it on there. I so want to ruin both those books and tell you guys what they're all about. I guess I can tell you a little bit. Just not ruin the ending for you, which I'm so bad at because I always end up ruining the ending. So let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother because I read them both in a row and I'm gonna get them mixed up and tell you parts of the other book and tell you it's from this book and blah blah blah, so that'll be a mess. So never mind. Alright, so now we're going to go in with a few NYX eyeshadows and do the crease. I'm such like a mess when it comes to this stuff. Not a mess, but I mean, I have my own way of doing things and I usually don't talk and I'm not showing people how I do it, so it's gonna be kind of weird. And I'm hoping that as I'm doing my makeup and looking in this mirror, I'm not completely cutting you guys off. If I am, I will find out when I edit. Alright, so the brush I'm going to be using to start is my favorite all-time brush. Oh dear god, and it's been used so much I can't even read it anymore. But it is the I want to say it's the It Cosmetics blending crease brush, I think. This is like my all-time favorite brush. It's amazing. It feels like silk on your face. All right, so I'm starting off with NYX eyeshadow in Suede, and it's just a nice kind of fleshy color. And you know what, this is so weird because I normally don't use, so this is like the mirror I'm using right now. I normally use just, like when I'm doing my makeup, I have a mirror over here, kind of like that, and then I'm holding a compact while doing it. So I have like 2 mirrors at my disposal. So now I'm trying to do it just with 1 mirror, and it's a little strange, but that's all right. So you don't have to be crazy, you know, precise when doing the crease, especially when you're starting to blend, and like, this obviously isn't a transition shade or anything, but yeah. And the color, like the main color I'm gonna be doing today on my eye is kind of a dark color. It's almost like for going out makeup, but, and I will be going out, but nowhere fun, nowhere black tie, which is not how I'm gonna be looking, but it's slightly more dressed up. Like this is an eye I would probably wear to work, or which I have worn to work the last few days, and it's featuring ColourPop Cosmetics because they're just insanely fabulous. The next color we're gonna do in the crease is Happy Hour, and again, NYX, just a nice kind of light brown color, kind of taupey, and we're just gonna start making that kind of transition to a slightly darker, just so you can see like the difference in the contrast. And I swipe a few times with each color. You know, it's funny because I always see girls on here and they're like in their early 20s and stuff, and they just have flawless makeup, and I think, God, if I like wore makeup in high school and like tried to do makeup like early on, I'd be amazing at this. I'd be amazing at makeup. Oh my God, like if I put the effort I put into it now, if I put that effort in back then, I'd be pretty damn good. I mean, I see some girls on here that I'm like, you cannot just have a raw talent that good, but they do. They're just amazing. All right, so now we're gonna darken the crease up even more with Guilt Trip by NYX. Everything, like, we're doing an ombre with all these colors, starting from flesh to darker brown. And this, I'm gonna be even lighter with my brush. And you know what? It sucks because I hate my eyelids because they're like, I have like a hooded lid, I guess, and it's not like the worst hooded lid I've ever seen, but it's still enough that like I don't have that great, like, I don't want to say flat, but like nice full, like it really affects, like I really have to make my crease dark to a point to be able to see it, and I have to bring the crease up more because otherwise everything I'm doing will be stuck in the crease and you won't even see anything. So again, we're gonna go a little more just to make it even darker. And silly me, I brought all of this over here. I didn't include my foundation, like all I brought over here was, I don't usually do my makeup over here. I usually do it in the living room. So now we're gonna go in with this amazing Artist palette by, wait, what is it? Anastasia Beverly Hills, Anastasia, I don't know, whatever how you say it. And we're going to use this top corner in Dusty Rose. This is a great, great, great color. It's a great transition shade, you name it. And it's just exactly what it sounds like. It's just a dusty rose color. And this I usually kind of just blend everything out with. And I'll usually go in with this, whatever I line my eyes with underneath, like to make it smoky, I'll go over and I will smoke it out with Dusty Rose. Almost every time. Usually what I do. Okay. So now we're gonna go in with our ColourPop colors. So the first color I'm gonna be kind of doing an ombre. I'm gonna start with a light gold color in the inner corners, kind of to the middle lid, and then start smoking it out with a darker kind of shimmery brown color. Probably one of my all-time favorites. So the inner crease color is going to be Plunge, and this is it. This is a really nice kind of champagne-y color. And we're gonna do right in the inner corners, bring it up a tiny bit. So, you know, it'll just kind of brighten up your eyes a little bit. Normally, I'm very one color over the whole lid and then transition with different colors towards the crease, but see, this goes back to what I was saying before about, oh, I wish I started I wish I cared about makeup and stuff as a teenager, because I'd probably be pretty damn good at this point. I mean, by all means, I'm not bad by any means, but I mean, I'm just not as seasoned as I'd like to be at my age. Which is why, when my daughter comes of age, I'm gonna teach her anything and everything about makeup. All right, so now we're going in with Hammered. This color is just so insane. It's like an antique gold. Oh, it's just amazing. So again, going in with my finger, just a little dot on my ring finger, and we're gonna pat that right in the middle out to like the outer lid. Now my only complaint about these colors is that the second you put them on, like, they're budge proof, which is a good thing because they don't crease and they're just really nice. But if you screw up or it gets in a spot you don't want it, it's like a pain to get it off. So just gotta be careful with these. And I'm sorry, so I'm sure I'm covering everything I'm doing while I'm doing this, and I probably should be closer for all this. But this is my first one for getting ready close up with me, so I will definitely change it if I have to for my next one, just to kind of, because now I'm just kind of seeing what I can do. I'm kind of seeing how this is going to work out for me. And I'm seeing if you guys even like these videos. Okay. So, they look kind of boring at this point. However, we are going to darken it up a little bit. And it wasn't up until, I think, about a month or two ago that I actually started using a brush with these ColourPop, and it's just for the crease. Like, normally your best bet and like the best color payoff is for these is to use your finger, because you just get the best pigmentation out of that. But when I do the crease colors, I mean, unless you have the tiniest fingers ever, or you have complete control with your pinky, which I don't, I use the It Cosmetics airbrush crease brush, and this I found is perfect. So I'm gonna go in my crease and really, really lightly just kind of swathe? What is that word? It's not, I'm not trying to say swatch. I'm trying to, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, forget it. But I'm going to lightly just brush this over my crease. And then I'm going to kind of push the champagne color out more, just to blend it into Hammered, which is the kind of gold color. And then there's the eye. So it's not a crazy eye, but it's you know, it's just enough to make my eyes pop and look kind of dressed up. I'm dressing up my eyes a little bit. Ugh, but you have no idea how much on days I'm off I love not having to wear makeup. But you know what? Makeup's meant to be like for fun. You just have fun with it. Even if it's not appropriate, if you're not doing anything, put on a face full of makeup just to make yourself feel better. Why not? Alright. So I'm going to go back in with my powder. So I'm going to keep Hammered out because I'm going to use this to smoke out my outer corners when I'm done, like foundation and everything. So I'm going to go back in with, NYX just has great makeup, and it's affordable, and it's awesome, and I love it. So I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to use, this is the NYX palette in Dusk Till Dawn. These are all like very gorgeous shimmery colors. So I think I'm going to go in with, and you know what, I can't even tell you, these don't have individual names. So I'm going to go in with this bottom corner color really, really lightly with my crease, well, my tapered crease brush again, my fluffier one. Really lightly, just kind of go back over the crease and just kind of make sure I'm blending out any harsh lines or anything I don't want to be there. Alright. There we go. There we go. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is my concealer. I'm not using primer. I haven't used primer in a few weeks actually. My, whatchamacallit, the moisturizer I use, the Model Co clarifying moisturizer, I think just works fine for primer and for moisturizer. I feel like putting too much primer on is not helping my pimple situation that I've had going on. So they're all going away and they're feeling better, but I don't want to bring them back by adding oil to my skin. So I'm just gonna go like this. All right, so I'm gonna be using the Bourjois Healthy Mix Radiance Reveal. And I have two colors. I have 51, which is vanilla, light vanilla, and then I have 53 in light beige. This is my all over face and this is my under eye because it's brighter. So I'm going to use my amazing IT Cosmetics brush, and I'm not sponsored by IT Cosmetics. I just love, excuse me, I just love their brushes. So this is the smoothing foundation brush. I'm going to shake my bottle really nice and hard, and I'm going to put it at the back of my hand. Then I'm going to rub it around and just dab it on my face where I need it. I've got it on my eyebrows. Oh, wonderful. We will fix that later. And I'll put like just a tiny dab under my eyes, not much. But oh, I wish my only, I don't even want to say complaint, but my only wish for this foundation was that it was a little bit more matte. Just because I tend to get oily throughout the day and I don't like, I got a matte primer, but I almost feel like it made my skin like cakey looking. I'll use the rest, waste not, want not. And then I'll do my neck when I'm finally done. And then I'm just gonna brush, oh my God, so gorgeous. Hey. I'm going to brush this out and smooth it. And I really hope, so I have that like ring light, which is amazing for when I do my videos. But the ring light heats my camera up, which means I only have a certain amount of time to do this. So I'm probably going to fast forward through this part a little bit. All right. Okay. So I think one of the most important parts of makeup applying is to let things set. Like, don't just do one thing after another. Or at least that's what I have found myself. Like when I do, that's why I do my moisturizer before I do anything else, because like on my face, because I want it to set, and by the time I'm ready to do my foundation and stuff, it's already set and it's ready to go. Now, because my foundation is done, I'm gonna let it set for a few minutes before I do like my under eye and all that stuff. All right, normally I'd wait a few more minutes before I do my eye, but I don't want my camera burning out, so this is the light color. Again, I'm putting some in my hand. I will do a tiny bit in kind of a V formation under my eye. Bring it out to the apples, well above the apples of my cheeks. Corner of my nose. And now, I'll do this side, a little down the top of the nose, and I'm looking gorgeous, right? That's right. And a tiny bit up here. All right, so now I take my smoothing foundation brush again, and we are going to smooth it all out. And I know what I'm using isn't like the normal concealer for under your eyes, but for me this works quite well. It doesn't seem to get into my creases, and I've got them, trust me. And you know what I love? The faces I make. Oh, calm down, boys, I'm taking. Alright. Alright, so we got a little brighter under the eyes. I'm going to even everything out with powder. Okay, now that our foundation has set, we're going to, well, it's soaked up, soaked in, what have you. We are going to set it with MAC's Mineralize Skin Finish in Medium Plus. And these are really like sheer colors. Just kind of mattifies everything. So I'm not using this right under my eyes. I'm gonna save that for my Korres powder again. Make sure you get your ears a little bit. And I don't go crazy with the lipstick and stuff. There's really no need. Okay, so now we're gonna go in and contour. I'm gonna go into my Z palette and I'm gonna get my Inglot HD sculpting powders. It's these two. I'm going to take my trusty no-name brush. No, it isn't. No, it's a no-name brush from TJ Maxx. Dip it in a little bit of both colors, and we are going to follow my cheekbone. Not the crevice here, but kind of above that. A little star, a little, not star, a tip from Jeffree Star. Do your contour a little higher. It kind of gives you a little facelift. At least it does for me. I used to do it down here, and I found that I like this way better. Bring it up, the forehead, your ears a little bit, and then I'm going to go down the sides of the nose. All right, so that's for contouring. I don't usually wear brush. I don't wear blush that often. Now we're gonna go into the under eye and smoke it out a little bit. All right, so I'm going to get hammered again. I'm gonna get hammered again. It's funny. Camera gets too hot again, and I'm just going to drag it right under my lash line. A little more. You can see, it just gives a little more definition. I'm not real lashy, so anything to make my eyes pop, I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna go back in with a tiny bit underneath. And let's go on with this. And this just helps the smoky effect a little bit more. Okay. All right. Now we are going to do, I don't think I'm going to do mascara today, only because it's the point. So I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner, and now I'm just going to prepare you. I make a really sexy face when I do this. So same thing, halfway. We're going to do Juice Bar, I think. And this is a new sheer color by ColourPop. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a nice sheer color. And before I even start my makeup, I always put on some kind of lip balm. Just to hydrate my lips because they get dry really fast. And that is that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you like these kind of videos, I will make more. If you don't, sorry. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.